We've been using these lamps around the house. Brandon actually left them here when he moved out, and they were Kmart lamps. We've been using them on and off for things. It's just that they're a little bit boring, shall we say. So I thought I might make them over today, and I'm making them over to sort of fit into the bedroom. So I've done up the bedrooms a little bit, so I want to sort of customize them to make them look really cute for that. So today I'll be doing a Kmart lamp glow up, and I think you should stick around and see these because they're ultra cute. Thank you, lovely people, for joining me today. It's Danny here, and I'm glad you joined me for this video because I really love the way these lamps turned out. How it started, though, the project started, was not very good because my idea was to withdraw and cut away the actual canvas on the lamp, the cover. But what happened when I did that was it took away the wire at the bottom. I thought the wire at the bottom was completely joined to that frame, but it actually wasn't joined. And so when I cut the cover away to do what I wanted to do, it just sort of threw me in a spin. So I thought, I'm going to forget about that. Put that aside just for the moment because the first step is really painting the base. The base of these lamps are ceramic, and they're ultra smooth ceramic too. So the first thing I did was just spray them with a bit of water and wipe them over for any dust and dirt and that sort of thing. They were clean, they were pretty clean, so didn't really do that much. Because they were slick, I'm using a primer, and I put one coat of that on, and it's the Dulux Maximum Adhesion Primer I've been using for everything lately. They look better already, I thought, even with the primer. And actually what I'm doing now is the paint I'm using. It's just my normal tub of Taubman's Professional paint I've been using for everything. I'm making a soda paint, so I'm adding some bicarb soda to this paint. It's the first time I've ever done this, but I've watched videos on it and I thought, wow, that's a really great effect. Looks like a sort of a stone, rough sort of stone effect. So in one video I saw they said half and half paint, half soda. Others they just said combine them. Be careful though when after you've primed that you let the primer dry, because that's what actually happened. I didn't let it dry on one enough and it sort of scraped off the primer because the ceramic was so slick, I guess. So now's the time for the lamp shades, and I went back to this one, and because I wanted to cover it with a raffia type of, it's just paper raffia, but a raffia type of material, I thought, oh, what can I do? This wasn't working. I knew that it looked weird, so I thought what I might do is grab this gold macrame cord I had, and I bought it to cover the dowel handles that I make. The problem with this cord, using it for that, is this cord just unravels so quickly. So it is an actual cord, but it actually unravels into tiny little stringy pieces, which was perfect for this project because what I did was I actually combed through the cord and it just disintegrated and started to fall into tiny little stringy sort of things. I continued to place the cord on. I had a big roll of cord and it never occurred to me that it wouldn't be enough, so I had to buy some new packets, and they luckily had these at Target for $1 each. So they had these at Target. It came up, there were $4 for these packets. At Target, I think it was clearance, and they were only $1, so I bought 10. But you can see that the big roll only did that much. I was a little bit worried because sometimes Kmart can discontinue their items. Luckily, Target had them in stock. Kmart did too, but Target was a lot cheaper. So after attaching, this is what it looked like. Because I cut the strings different lengths, it was all uneven, and it reminded me of something at the time. I thought I couldn't figure out what it was though, and then it dawned on me. I thought it looked like hair, like long hair that was all split endsy. So I thought, no, I've got to trim this. I've got to make it look more like a proper lampshade. So I set about to do that. And by the way, I'm no good at cutting hair at all. Ask male members of my family. They will tell you. But this turned out pretty good, I thought. Second one is I am using this Raffia, but I'm not making the same mistake and taking the cover off. This was my inspiration here, and look how expensive that is. And I have used this Raffia before to cover other projects. So I used it to make a stand once. I'll put a link to that video at the top, and it goes through how I do it. Also a mirror which is still up on the wall that I really love, and while this takes a long time to do, it's quite satisfying and relaxing, and just put on a podcast or a Netflix show, and yeah, it's pretty fun to do, I think. But it is a very effective way of transforming something, and quite cheaply. I bought this Raffia, and it's only paper, and I bought it from Spotlight. It was $14, but as I'm a member, I got it for $11. I didn't use all of the roll either. There was still some left over. I am adjusting it. My inspiration piece was sort of wrapped around. This time I am actually cutting separate pieces and tying them at the base to make like a little fringe, and I thought this would be just a variation, and I'm putting my own touch on this particular piece. If you haven't watched 10 Pound Pom on Stan, that's what we're watching on TV there, watch it. It's a really good show. Bit ashamed of how Australia treated its immigrants back then, but it's really good. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend that. And now again, I've got to trim the base of this. I always get a bit nervous because in the past I've gone a little bit crooked, and you can't go back if you do, really. But it turned out really well, and I think the fringe was actually a really cute little addition to this Raffia wrap lamp. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I can't tell you actually how much I love both of these lamps. This one's in our main bedroom. The gold tassel one is in the spare room makeover I did, and I absolutely love them. Not only do they look gorgeous during the day when the light's not on, but when the light goes on, it's a whole different atmosphere, and so beautiful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time in my next video. Have a great week, and bye for now. edges as well, because you don't want any paper peeling off. I'm applying my maxi nails to the back of the arches, making sure again that I spread it right over to the edge and just placing it over the wallpaper and making sure it fits and it's all even and neat.